But when I want to go to school, I feel like I want to do maybe computer engineering or probably computer science. But life happened to me. I found myself in, I think I feel jammed like twice or something. So I shall find myself in Polytechnic. I enter one estate management course, and that's where I started learning real estate, which is estate management and valuation. And that's what I was doing. I found myself in different consulting. I went to an interview. My HR, the HR that interviewed me there, she's now in Canada. I went there. She was like, "Okay, we'll get back to you." I said, "No, you can't get back to me. The place I'm coming from, they said, is that you reject me now or you accept me now?" And that's what my friend told me. Just let them accept you or let them reject you. So luckily for me, she went upstairs, come back, and said, "You accepted from there." And I can tell you that ever since I started LinkedIn, most of the money that I make was from social media. It's from the people that I didn't know, right? I don't know how to put that. The people that I didn't have personal relationship with, but they've been able to see my work out there. And then immediately they see my work, they will connect and we do a lot of stuff together. I cannot quantify the amount of money I make from networking. When I say quantify the amount of money I make from the people I know that I eventually connect with and we know each other, the project I've collected, the different things I've done. When I got my first car, it's only one project and it was somebody that reached out to me on LinkedIn. And it's just 3 days work. There are so many things I've learned I was not even using. You know, when you just want to learn everything, or you cannot use everything. Just like the way people are learning Python, you can learn how now, go and learn everything, but you know you will not use it. You are just trying to come online and prove I'm a guru. No, you don't need to. Learn what is mostly important that you use, right? But for me, I learned plenty things then. I learned Excel. I jumped from Excel. I learned Power BI. I learned Azure. I learned Azure Synapse. I learned Azure Cognitive Service. I learned Power Apps. I can build a lot of. I've deployed more than 5 solutions in Power Apps globally. I learned Power Automate. I learned Virtual Agent. I dropped that one. I learned Office 365. I can do magic in Excel. I can do magic even in PowerPoint, the same PowerPoint, right? So I was learning a bit of all Microsoft products then because I was actually a trainer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another session with Real Time with T and M. We are happy to be here, and we will always be happy to meet you guys as our viewers. Our past few videos have actually been going well so fine with us. We've dropped a couple of videos. I think this is our sixth episode, if I'm not making the wrong calculations. And the videos with the likes of Wolfi, GB, and Norma has been so great. And I want to say a very big thank you to you guys for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Keep liking and keep sharing our videos to your friends. If you're an old subscriber, welcome back to the channel. And if you're a new subscriber, please don't forget to like, turn on your post notification, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm not alone. I have one of the most beautiful girl in the Nigerian data space with me. I have Maureen with me. So Maureen, say hi to our viewers.
Hi guys, hi guys. It's so good to be here again. It's so good to be here. Each time I prefer keeps on with the whole fine girl. I'm like, a fine girl be money, oh, money be fine, but please provide money. We're in Nigeria. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be here and to be doing this episode with you guys. I hope we resonated with Wofire's video. I hope the moms out there has finally found the courage to step up and do something for themselves this coming year. And talking about a year, we are absolutely going to 2024. Hope you guys are ready, and hope you guys went home for your Christmas and how you guys spending your holidays, right? So this might be right if I'm correct. This might be our last episode for the year 2023, maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not.
But
Let's see.
yeah, yeah. But thank you guys for the follow on Twitter. Thank you guys for the follow on the subscription on YouTube. Thank you for your feedbacks. We are trying to also know if next year can be more engaging for you guys. We are like full packed, right? I prefer if I'm correct. So we are
Yeah,
coming
sure.
in with new
Yeah.
blood. A lot of things might be happening, a lot of things might be changing, and it's all going to be for you guys, for the community, for our audience. So today we have a special guest. Absolutely an amazing person. I always say this. Every of our guests here is an inspiration to me, and I definitely, without a doubt, will also be an inspiration to all of you. So today we will be seated with the amazing person who recently got an offer with a company in Ireland. Well, I'm not going to give you guys the details, right? I'm going to let Abafe take over to, bring him up here on stage while I do the regular introduction. So, guys, you guys should stay put. Don't go anywhere. All right, Abafe, take over.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen of the press, because it be like say our audience are large today. So ladies and gentlemen of the press of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the whole wide world, if you are ready, I bring on to the stage Mr. Adewale Yusuf. A round of applause for this, my boss. I beg.
I don't know why you guys got me blushing. I was
Yeah,
just blushing. It was nice to be here.
yeah, it's so nice to have you, sir. Thank you very much for creating this time to come and talk to our viewers and talk to us too at the same time. We are so happy to have you. Maureen, can't you see that our guy is a freshman? Eh?
See,
Money is good.
Fresh so like I'm literally seeing it. I'm literally seeing it.
When I saw
just
him at Data Fest, I was just
mhm.
like, look at this. Hey, God, it was just kind of like, we felt I'm like, hey, this man, money is good, but it's so nice
Money
to
is
have
good.
you here, sir. It's really so
Thank
nice
you.
to have you here.
It's so nice to be here. Actually,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. So, guys, it's our regular to always introduce our speaker to you guys. For those of you that are not in the Nigerian data space, so we always get to talk about the track record of our speaker, right? So, with no further ado, we are seated with Mr. Adewale Yusuf, who is a senior business intelligence consultant at Avanade, which is the world leading Microsoft expert and the largest Microsoft consulting firm globally. He is also a three-time Microsoft most valuable professional, a LinkedIn top voice in business intelligence, and a global platform hero 2022. He is also a corporate trainer, an international speaker with a deep understanding of various adult learning methodologies and instructional design. He trained tailored courses in Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, Power Visual Agents, Microsoft Excel, Azure, and Office 365. He's also active in consulting and problem solving in various consulting engagements, providing support on outsourced financial analysis and reporting engagement. He's also the community leader of Oyo State Nigeria Power Platform User Group. Guys, give it up one more time for Mr. Adewale Yusuf.
Hey, my look
let me
look at
clap.
that. Look at that profile. Like, look at that bio. Even as you are reading it,
Amazing.
you say you're just taking a breath. Like, it is plenty. Hey, God, bro, we have a lot to discuss here. If I'm
Yeah,
being honest with
plenty.
you.
Thank you so much, Maureen, for that beautiful introduction. I think it's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you're
she
welcome.
stalked you. She stalked you very online.
I did,
Like,
I
she did
did,
her
I did.
research
I
very
told you I
well.
had to call a couple of persons that was close to you. I had to
Hmm.
give a call to Joseph. Shout out to Joseph, by the way. I had to call him. I'm like, I'm bringing Mr. Dewale Yusuf on the show, on our platform. What do I need to do? Where do I need to look out for him, check out his track
Hmm.
record? And what I was seeing was absolutely mind blowing. I didn't talk about your YouTube channel. Of course, I'm going to talk about it in the space of our conversation. But
Hmm.
while I was doing your research, I could accurately see someone that is truly in love with what he's doing, right? You've been in the Brown consultant for 6 years or 5 years. Yeah,
Six and
it's
6 years above.
6 years about. Oh, you see, I like, and like the track record has been mind blowing. Not just that, the way you also give up to the community. I know you have analytical copper, which recently started. Was it last year or I wasn't exact on the dates, but when I was tracking you down on LinkedIn, most especially, I was like in awe of all your achievements over this period of years. And I believe that you've been in the data space for like 10 years now or 9 years. Absolutely. You see, I did my assignment. Give me my accolades, please. I did my assignment. Well, yeah, for starters, we always like to ask our speaker on how he started his journey, right?
Hmm.
Not just for people that are beginning, but also for the mid-level mid-level guys out there in the data space. So can you just walk us through? I know you didn't do data analysis. You did something related to estate management or
You did your
economics.
research.
Yeah,
You actually did your research.
I did absolutely. I did. So can you
Mhm.
walk us through how you navigated through the process of knowing data and getting all these Microsoft skills, and not just that, being an MVP for 3 times. Just walk us through your journey. That's all.
Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Abefe. I think I'm going to tell a lot of stories in that because if I want to start saying a lot of things about my story, we'll probably not live here in 4 hours, actually. But for me, I think I was just saying that it's actually the passion for me. Before I actually go into the university, I love computer. No, not really data, just computer, actually. So then I used to follow one of my dad friends to one cafe where we used to play with computer, those Mavis beacons and the likes. So I've always fallen in love with computer, right? But when I want to go to school, I feel like I want to do maybe computer engineering or probably computer science, but life happened to me. I found myself in I think I feel jammed like twice or something. So I shall find myself in Polytechnic. I enter one estate management course, and that's where I started learning real estate, which is estate management and valuation. And that's what I was doing. Even though while I was in school doing that, I still do a couple of stuff with computer with some of my colleagues. I have them assignments. I do some SPSS. I still work with some Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel, but I have passion for this computer, but I don't have the opportunity to kind of go for the course that I want. And then I still have to do estate management. And I'm not the type that when you go to school, you have all the amenities or you have everything ready, as in you have everybody that somebody that has to give you everything you want. No, no, no. I don't go through that type of school. I have to provide for myself. I was still working while I was going to school and all that. So when I finished school, I just thought, okay, the dream of all Nigerians that either you want to serve in Abuja or you want to serve in Lagos or you want to serve in Port Harcourt. That's always our dream. We want to serve in these 3 locations. So I was like, okay, so let me see anywhere I find myself is fine. But luckily, I found myself in Port Harcourt and I was like, wow, oil company, plenty oil company in Port Harcourt. That's where I'm going to actually work. So I was in Port Harcourt for quite a while and they posted me to one community there called Gokana in Port Harcourt. So the community was not really nice on me, although I was a platoon commander from my platoon there. So I was expecting that they would post me in one big organization because they already told us once you're a commander in your platoon, just be expecting that they will post you to an oil company. But they didn't post me to an oil company. They posted me to one school in Gokana. So when the local government chairman saw me, he was like, this guy, are you not the platoon commander for Platoon 5? I said, yes. So why did they post in secondary school? I said, I don't know. Don't worry. I'll move you to the local government. We'll pay you 10,000. You are going to be working with me in the local government. As he was talking, I was just looking at him that this is not my dream. This is not what I want. I'm just looking for a space where I can actually learn this computer thing very well because I know even though I've done a lot of valuations, I've done a lot of things related to real estate, but I see I kind of fall in love with this computer space. So I called a couple of friends of mine and he said I should come to Lagos. That there are so many companies where I can learn computer from. And like I was saying, I don't really have any aspect of tech of what I want to learn. I don't know whether I want to even learn software engineering. I don't know whether I want to learn data analytics. I don't know whether it's UI, US. I just want to learn computer, right? So then I moved to Lagos, and then there's this particular company I was looking to work with to be able to learn a lot. I did interview twice. The last interview I got rejected. So I was not able to skate through. So I was like, okay. And that's where I started actually going online and see, okay, can I learn in computer? Now, see, data analytics is a bit of what I've done before because I've actually done some stuff on SPSS while I was doing projects for people in school. I did a bit of statistics while I was in school. And I was also a graphic designer before I entered school. I used to design, those funny graphics that we designed then with plenty colors, right? You
Yeah.
combine secondary colors with primary colors. So I used to do all this graphic design stuff. So I saw, okay, so let me go into data analytics. Then I started learning. So I started learning with Excel. Even before Microsoft came into existence, I was in a bit of Excel, right? Power BI came in 2015, right? So I was learning Excel badly even before the existence of Power BI. So I was learning. Luckily for me, one of my ex-girlfriend, actually, she was working in NYSC secretariat then, right? And I posted a picture. That's why you need to post pictures at times on social media, probably on WhatsApp. You don't know who your destiny helper may be. So I posted a picture on Twitter, on WhatsApp. I think WhatsApp, or yeah, WhatsApp. And she saw the picture of me wearing NYC uniform. I was like, you are serving now? I said yes. I said, oh. And she served before me, probably because she just went to university straight. So we spent like almost 7 years or 8 years in school. So we're not lucky. So, but she just do 4 years and she just finished. She's already working like 3 years before me, or even 2 years. So, and she called me and she was like, okay, where are you serving? Where's your PPE? I said, I don't have. So you're in Lagos, you don't have PPE. I said, I've been in Lagos for 2 months. I don't have PPE. I was just going up and I've missed 2 months. What did they call it then? That 2 month clearance or something.
Clearance, yeah.
And he said, okay, just come over to the NYSC secretariat. That don't worry, she will figure out something for me. And then when I went there, she just like go in there and said, okay, so there are different companies that usually come to the secretariat to request for coppers. So these are different companies that we have. Pick one. I was like, wow, just like that. It's good to know people. I've been working through the entire Lagos, doing plenty interview. I did not see any job. So and somebody just telling me to pick one. I was like, okay. So I saw like 4 options. I was like, okay, so what should I pick? Then I saw a company called D Brown Consulting. I was like, oh, D Brown Consulting. So what did they do in D Brown Consulting? They said it's a computer company. They do training. They do consulting. I said I want this one, even though I saw another one that has a lot of money in. I think they wanted to pay like almost 80K or 60K. But Debra Consulting, like, money they are paying, the salary they are paying coppers then was a little bit low to the one I saw. But I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I think I want this one because this is what I actually want to do. It's not just about working. I want to work in somewhere that will impact me during this 1 year. So I found myself in Debra Consulting. I went to an interview. My the HR that interviewed me there, she's now in Canada. I went there. She was like, "Okay, we'll get back to you." I said, "No, you can't get back to me. The place I'm coming from, they said, is that you reject me now or you accept me now?" And that's what my friend told me. Just let them accept you or let them reject you. So luckily for me, she went upstairs, come back, and said, "You accepted." And that's how I got into the brand consulting. So when I got to the brand consulting, I thought I knew Excel. I thought I'm the guru in Excel because I used to do all those magic when I was in school. I was like superstar in school then in Excel. When I see the likes of Ahmed Oilowo, David Brown, Philip Omeni, Osita, Inamdi, all these guys that I'm calling their names now, many of them are not in Nigeria. I think the only person I know that is in Nigeria now is Ahmed Oilowo, right? So the way they use Excel, then I was just marveled that, oh wow, this is what I want, right? So I started shadowing these guys. I started learning from them. And David Brown, shout out to him directly, is my boss, always my boss. So I started learning from him too directly and all that. And then I was learning throughout my NYSC. I was coordinating. I was doing a training coordination. I was assigned as a training coordinator, but still I was practically learning every single day. The first time I show Ahmed, my first dashboard, I was like, my Oga come and see my dashboard. I was like, oh wow, so Wale, you've been learning this much? I said, yes. Now I'm here to learn, right? Because I see the band then as a school, right? Then I started watching a lot of YouTube channel. Adam, you guys know Adam and Saxton. They became my friends. The guy in the Cube,
Yeah.
the Power BI guy, all of them became my friends. So I started learning a lot. I was watching practically videos. I've read a lot of books and all that. So when I finished my NYC, I got 3 offers from 3 different companies, right? And then my deep brand consulting also gave me offers. And why did they give me offers? Because I think something happened then when I joined, when I finished my NYC, that in the company that all the trainers have to left, including Ahmed. Everybody actually left. So Ahmed started his own company, he left and started another company called Foresight BI. So everybody left, and then my guy was like, Wale, you have been shadowing these people well, so you know how to do this thing. So let's
Uh-huh.
retain you. You should be a trainer. You should be a consultant. I was like, me? Like me? Like how? And that's how I actually venture into data. And ever since then, I've been doing it consistently, impacting a lot of people. I cannot remember how many people have impacted self. Impacted a lot of people and all that. And that's how I venture into data. That's how somebody that studied estate management enter
Computer, like the
data
word of data.
analytics.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens. So you
Wow,
can see
that's
the story
actually
is long, but I'm trying to
interesting.
short it.
Yeah. So when you're saying your story, I realized that it has been more of networking and the
Mhm.
fact that you also have the skill set. So that brings me to one of my first questions, which is how powerful is networking when it comes to maybe not data alone, but the whole of getting jobs in general.
Okay, so I think networking is very, very, very great, and then we all need it to survive. Actually, so there's one of my old uncle that used to say, if you want to make money, then you need to know people, and you need to have people. So where there is people, there's money, right? And that's how the power of networking is. So you need to know people, and that's what community is all about. Um, for me, networking has really helped me a lot in my journey. Before, I'm a social media shy person. I'm sure you don't usually see me on social media if I don't want to post something. I only come on social media when I have something to post. If I don't have anything to post, you may probably not see me on any social media. So the first time I opened LinkedIn, I think I was introduced to LinkedIn by David Dabu. So David Abu was the one that introduced me to LinkedIn. So he's part of the people that we trained then for D Brown Bootcamp. So when he joined the company, he was like, Wale, you've been doing a lot of amazing and great things. You need to start posting this thing out. People need to know that you are doing great things. I said, I don't know how to post. Then he said, okay, let's open LinkedIn and Twitter. And that was the first time I entered Twitter and then LinkedIn. The only thing for me was only WhatsApp. So then I entered LinkedIn and then WhatsApp from there. And I can tell you that ever since I started LinkedIn, most of the money that I make was from social media. It's from the people that I didn't know, right? I don't know how to put that. The people that I didn't have personal relationship with, but they've been able to see my work out there. And then immediately they see my work, they will connect and we do a lot of stuff together. I cannot quantify the amount of money I make from networking. When I say quantify the amount of money I make from the people I know, that I eventually connect with and we know each other, the project I've collected, the different things I've done. When I got my first car, it's only one project, and it was somebody that reached out to me on LinkedIn, and it's just 3 days work,
Wow. It's I don't underestimate the
and it's just that.
power of. Yeah, sure, please go on, sir. Go on, sir.
Yeah, and it's just that. So the person just reached out to me, then we connect on the project. We did this project in just 3 days, and then Viola, I got my first dream car,
Backbound, just like that, just by networking. I
just like
don't
Exactly.
that.
I don't underestimate the power of networking. That's why people
Hmm.
be like, Abefe, you are so everywhere on Twitter. When you see, you can't understand. You can't,
Hmm.
because I have to show everybody, I have to be with everybody, I have to network. I
Yep.
don't know who you know. I'll give you a scenario. So there was this time I was about to do my NYSC. So I
Hmm.
have always been saying I don't want to like go outside Lagos, because at that time I had my tutorial center and it was just starting. So it doesn't make sense leaving Lagos and trying to like just go outside. So I was teaching one girl that time, Theodora. I was teaching her physics then. It was physics one or something. Then we're
Hmm.
just gisting. And then she said her mom is the head of NYSC, Lagos State, just like that. I'm like,
Hmm.
I just said, please, help me tell your mom, I would like to serve in Lagos. So, I cannot. And she was like, she will talk to her mom. Do you know that this girl linked me to her mom, gave me her mom's number? To cut the long story short, I
Hmm.
served inside Unilag Consult. I finished from Unilag, and then I served inside Unilag itself, just like
Just
that.
imagine
So that's
networking.
just the power of networking. Like, you
Hmm.
just know someone and the person just click you and link you up. So if you're out there, please never underestimate the power of networking. It really, really goes a long way. I
Hmm.
want to ask you something else. Okay, so you mentioned the likes of Ahmed Oyelowo, David Abu. These are like top guys in the Nigerian data space, and
Yep.
shout out to them. Exactly. So how did you okay, what is the relationship with David? How did you guys meet? Like, how has it been? Like, when did you meet him? Like, when?
Okay.
How?
Okay, so the relationship was quite straightforward and easy. So, I told you that immediately I joined the brand consulting, most of the trainer left. So it's now remain only me and my boss, David Brown. So two of us was practically training. So we're doing a lot of work. Myself, David Brown, and the guy called Temidayo is now in Canada. So we're practically doing a lot of things, right? And the work is just choking and overwhelming. So one day we sat down in the company and was like, okay, so I think one thing we should do, we should start something called boot camp. So let's bring in people in, let's train them. Then after we train them, we employ from that set of cohorts. then those people can actually jump into both of the things that they do, and we also work. So the first set of boot camp that we did was David Abu set. So we organize a boot camp. So we bring in 20 people. We train those almost 40 actually, but we actually filtered them down to 20. So the first 20 people was a set of David Abu, Afiz, Ezekiel, and all these Lekon and all these great other great guys. All of these people I'm mentioning now are very, very great, and I'm super proud of them. So these are the people we brought in the first set, and then we employ four out of them, three first actually. Then we later employ one more. So the first three we employ was David Abu, Afiz Jimo, and then Ezekiel, right? So these three guys, we train them, we employ them, and then immediately they came in, they just jump into training straight, and then they jump into training. They started doing a lot of training, and they started doing a lot of consulting, and that's how I met him. And remember, I told you he was one that introduced me to
Okay.
social media, LinkedIn, how to go and register for LinkedIn, and then Twitter, and that's how I met those great guys. And I'm super happy they are all doing very, very well today.
So you mentioned something about SPSS. Now this is where it's going to get a bit tricky. You mentioned SPSS. Now I remembered making a tweet last week. Was
Mm-hmm.
it last week? I can't remember. And that tweet I don't know if you came across that tweet. So that
No,
tweet kind of
I only come on
caught,
Twitter when I want to
and
post.
oh, you don't come on Twitter very well. So
It's
that
only when I
tweet,
want to post.
oh, you only come when you want to post, Avi.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So I made a tweet last week. Okay. Now that tweet sort of like caused a bit of small problem in the data space.
Mm-hmm.
So I said that, to be honest, so do you think a data analyst in general needs to know how to analyze a survey data, or this SPSS thing?
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, like, yes, it's true. Like, is that not where everybody started from? Like that's where most of us kind of like got the first few idea about
Idea.
data. So you
Mm-hmm.
understand, I had this in quote argument with Tina, and where I said I will stand my ground, and I always say that if you liked analyzing survey data, eh, you will enjoy data analysis in general.
More.
So back to the
Mm-hmm.
more question now. Did your little knowledge of SPSS, do you think it has a bit of it assisted you a bit in enjoying data analytics or knowing a bit more in general?
Definitely, because that's the first thing that exposed me to data analytics. Like I said, I didn't know anything about data analytics before. The only thing I know is I want to learn how to use computer, right? So SPSS was the first thing I actually knew that got me exposed to data analytics, because then, remember I told you that when I was in school, I was actually catering for myself. So what I did mostly is I collect projects from most of my colleagues. So everybody that can't do their project themselves. So I used to collect their projects. I'll do research for them. I'll do the analysis for them on SPSS. I'll do practically almost everything. And that's actually helped a lot when I venture into data analysis. But there are some things that I already understand from that idea of SPSS. So I was not really stressing myself when it comes to now understanding a bit of statistics, when it comes to understanding a bit of why I'm analyzing the data in the first place. So SPSS actually help a lot. And then for whoever is thinking that, okay, you've learned a bit of SPSS, it's easy for you to venture into data analytics. It's just like somebody that learned Excel very well. When you want to enter Power BI, it's sweet,
Yeah.
because most of the things I've already know in Excel. Excel is what they put together and they call Power BI, right? So they just put some tools together in Excel. They drag a tool called Power. There's a tool in Excel we call, I can't remember the name again now. Power Query and then Power
Power
Pivot.
query.
Thank you. So Power Query and Power Pivot. So they brought Power Query, Power Pivot, and Power View together, and that's what they call Power BI, right? And that's what we're using as Power BI. So the only thing different is that a little bit of artificial intelligence and some canvas view and probably some functionality from PowerPoint. And that's what we call Power BI, right? So if you have a bit of understanding of SPSS, you have a bit of understanding of Excel, then it's easy for you to kind of venture into data analytics. Then you just expand your learning.
Like I said, it's not a must to start with SPSS. Obviously, it's not a must.
It's
But
not.
if you have it, it will like push you. You understand? It
Mhm.
makes you a bit, have that a little bit of edge. So, how did you get in contact with Microsoft?
Okay.
Like, where?
Like, ow.
Yeah, like,
Ah,
I've,
and you have to please, you have to link it. You have to link it with my boss in the
MVP.
US right now. Oyinboke,
Okay,
Ola, Mr. Ola.
Oyinboke.
Yeah, how Microsoft, Ola. I think he also is also with Microsoft too.
Yeah,
So
he's with Microsoft before he left to the US. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the
Before
story
he
of how
left.
I met Ola before he joined Microsoft when he was actually working in Axam and SAT. He used to shadow me a lot then. I think he used to be one of my best, will I say, students then before he actually moved to Microsoft. So he's a great guy. Before he was in Axam and SAT, anytime I'm presenting on anything or I'm doing any speaking engagement, Ola is always there. And that's why I'm super proud of whatever he is now. He's always in all my speaking engagement. If I'm organizing early training, he's always there. He's always everywhere. And he kind of learned a lot. And I was not surprised where he is now because his learning approach was just amazing,
Fantabulous.
just fantabulous and top notch. And that's why he's here, he's wherever he is today. So for me, Microsoft, I think I got engaged when I was in the brand consulting. I fell in love with Microsoft Excel. I told you. So Microsoft has been my major thing. And I started exploring so many other things, the Microsoft technology that I was not even really using that much. But there are so many things I've learned I was not even using. When you just want to learn everything, or you cannot use everything. Just like the way people are learning Python, you can learn how now, go and learn everything, but you will not use it. You are just trying to come online and prove I'm a guru. No, you don't need to learn what is mostly important that you use, right? But for me, I learned plenty things then. I learned Excel. I jumped from Excel. I learned Power BI. I learned Azure. I learned Azure Synapse. I learned Azure Cognitive Service. I learned Power Apps. I can build a lot of. I've deployed more than 5 solutions in Power Apps globally. I learned Power Automate. I learned Virtual Agent. I dropped that one. I learned Office 365. I can do magic in Excel. I can do magic even in PowerPoint, the same PowerPoint, right? So I was learning a bit of all Microsoft products then because I was actually a trainer. Will I say I'm still a trainer? I don't know. Maybe I'm still a trainer, right? So I'm a trainer then, and when you train in Dribble Consulting, your participant kind of asks you different questions. So you need to be able to understand a lot of things, right? And for me, when I train different things, right? When I was in Deep Consulting, I train Office 365, which is basically Excel. I train Excel, I train Word, I train PowerPoint, I train Microsoft Access, I train basically all Office 365 related, SharePoint, Office 365 related product. Then I also train data analytic product, which is practically Power BI
Mm.
and also SQL. So I train a bit of SQL as well. Then I also train Power Platform, which is practically Power Apps. So I've done a lot of trainings on Power Apps as well. I trained that. So that's where I fall in love with Microsoft. And the first thing I did was, how do I get my Microsoft certified trainer? And that's the first thing, MCT. I just want to get an MCT. So my first exam, I attended the reporting analytic with Power BI. We call it what's the code then? I think it's called PL300 or something. Before it's also called
Yeah,
DP something something.
yeah,
That time you have to do 2 exams to be able to get certified Microsoft certified reporting analyst or something, MCSA. That's what we call it then. So you have to do Excel and pass it. And you also have to do Power BI and pass it. So that's when they will now give you MCSA. So I passed the Excel, I failed Power BI. My first exam, I passed Excel, I failed Power BI. I was like, why did I fail? I was so mad. I thought I knew Power BI, and this thing was in 2017 or 2018 or so. I thought I knew Power BI, so I was like, no. So, and I've noticed that I think what I really know in Power BI was just the peripheral. I don't know the bit of the security part. A lot of people always skip that, and the security is very, very important. I didn't know much about the security aspect in Power BI. I didn't know much about the Power BI service of Power BI. I didn't know much about the architectural planning of Power BI. So I started my another learning journey again for another 6 months. Immediately after that 6 months, I did that exam. And that's why I get to know Sheyi Oluwamuiju is the MCT lead, Nigeria MCT lead. And that's why I got to know him.
Mhm.
And it was actually motivating me then while I do this exam. And I finally advanced the exam and I got it. So I got the MCT, Microsoft Certified Trainer. And that's the first thing that actually made me fall in love with Microsoft. And that's I first started interacting with Microsoft because you can get a lot of resources as an MCT. You can get different slides as an MCT. You can talk to Microsoft directly as an MCT. And that's how
Mm.
I got my first contact into Microsoft.
Wow,
And then
that's
I was also
really
happy again. David Abu, he joined us. I think he only spent like 2 years with us. he got an offer with Microsoft. It was fabulous. Not long from that, a year after that, Oyinbo K2 left Axam and Sad with all his hard work. He also joined Microsoft. So
So wow.
I was super happy for two of them.
I would
You
like to.
see,
Okay.
wait,
Okay. Sorry.
Abafe, I
Okay.
would like
Sorry.
to
Go on.
say something right now
Yeah.
because
Sure.
this what is saying is absolutely important. I saw this guy's tweets. Was it splendor? If you want to win, be around winners.
Hmm.
What are the persons Mr. Adewale has mentioned all this while? They are practically one of the big dogs in the Nigerian data space, and
Hmm.
every one of them have been successful.
Yeah.
So the question, sorry, Abba, I would like to ask, is very important. The question would be, how do you, because you mentioned this guy shadowing you, but right now what we see on Twitter is DMs. I want you to be my mentor. I want you to be this. I want you to do this, which is absolutely weird, right? If you really want to be someone's mentee, you have to shadow. And you've said this
Hmm.
not once, not twice. When Ibuke did that to you, you did that to Ahmed, I guess. So
Yes, Ahmed.
yeah, I would like to ask right now is number one is how do you choose that winner's niche? How do you come in contact with people that are winning in the whole data space? And also, how do you strategy? I know you've mentioned shadowing, but I know there are other strategies that you use. So how do you now work towards being noticed by those guys? Because you brought Onyimbuke, you brought David Abu, and believe me, these guys are doing amazing things in their various spaces, right? So
Hmm.
how do you for people that wants to be amongst the winners, how do you strategize yourself to be in that niche?
Yeah, thank you. But I'm going to correct that statement. I didn't brought them, actually. It's their passion that bring them to wherever they are right now. So
Mm,
Okay.
people have different passion. There are so many
yeah.
people in the line that I could not even remember their name too. And that's because they don't have the passion to drive themselves. Remember, I mentioned 20 people in our bootcamp. I can only remember four people. And why am I remember those four people? And it's because it's those four people that are actually pushing hard, right? So why I'm saying I'm going to correct the statement is because the fact that somebody is trying to learn from me does not mean I brought the person, right? It's just that the person have the passion to kind of push themselves to also be noticed, to also be aware. Even myself, when I wanted to start my YouTube channel, I can remember there was a time I called Ola Charles. I was like, Ola, I want to start a YouTube channel. I've been seeing a lot of great things you've been doing. Please, let's jump on a call. Come and show me. How do you do this zooming in your recording? Right? And that's what networking also do for you. Right? So one thing you should be able to do, for me, I won't say I surround myself around winners. I would say I surround myself around people that have passion for growth. So just passion for growth, right? One thing you need to have as an individual is always aim for the best. Aim for the best. Don't be a local champion. Number one thing you should
Mm,
always have in your head is that I want to be there. At least I want to always be like this. I want to always, always, always be like this. And how do you do that? The number one first thing is have passion for learning. Be a lifelong learner. I'm sure you understand what that means. You
yeah.
always want to learn every day. That's one thing. The number two is this is what I always tell my team, right? And I told you I learned this from David Abu to always go out. That's number two is always go out. Don't hide in your shell, right? You need to be out there. People need to know you. Now, when somebody's talking about statistic problem, I know Abefe used to talk a lot about statistics. The first
Yeah.
thing that will come to my mind is his name. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And he may
Definitely.
probably not be the best in statistics, right? But because he's the one that put himself out and he's the one that I know, who do you think I will reach out to,
It's
Him.
me.
right?
Come on.
Now, there may be another guy there that is a very super guru when it comes to statistics. He can break down the entire calculation. He can do a lot of great things. But because this guy did not put himself out, who know him? Nobody. So who is going to recommend it? Who is going to speak for him, right? Nobody. Now, you should always put yourself out there in such a way that when there's a time for somebody to speak for you, even while you are not there, they'll be able to speak for you. That I know this person that is great. Okay, say for example, my team that I'm currently in now in Avanade, probably I'm thinking, okay, I want to bring two or three more people into my team, and I feel like I want to bring people from Nigeria. The people that are already be in my head, I already know them. That these are the people that I can trust that they are super good. They're already in my head. Why? Because they actually bring themselves out. So another thing you need to do most of the time is push yourself out, connect with the people in the community, always know yourself. All these guys I've mentioned, we go a long way back. That I'm super happy that everybody's doing. Even my boss, Ahmed Ilowo, even though he's not in the different consulting anymore, he has his own company. Anywhere I am, I always reference him because I know I've actually learned a lot from his super intelligence. So, yeah.
Wow. Maury, I'm laughing because the picture I had in my head is that probably Mr. Yusuf is like he learns from David Abu. But now Ashe Ahmed Ilowo is he was one that taught Mr. Yusuf. Then Mr. Yusuf taught or is like the boss to Oyinboke and David Abu.
David.
So it's I'm just so happy to have this because so it has cleared all my all my stuff. So I want you to do something for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you meeting Ahmed Ilowo, your NYSC and meeting, I want to please give me a time frame. Like when did it happen? Is it like 2012, 2013? Like I want to have like a time because I want to target when data first started and I want to like
Mm-hmm.
trace it back. So to like have like an overview of the growth.
The
Please don't
data
mind
first
me. Oh.
started in 2022 now, or is it 2022 or 2021?
It's
No,
2021.
2022.
Is it
2022. The
22?
second one was done
20,
this year now. We did the
Yeah,
second
yeah, yeah.
one this year.
2022.
So it was last year. That was 2022. And David Abu left us when? I think he left us 2021 to join Microsoft in 2021.
Microsoft.
So he
Yeah.
started data first in 2022. All the story that I was telling you started in probably 2017, right?
Wow.
Amedo Ilowo started his own company in 20, is it 2018 or 2019? I could not really. He started Force IBI in 2019 or probably 2018, and that's where he left us, right? David, I think I joined D Brown in 2018. David Abu joined in probably 20. I joined officially in 2018. David Abu joined 2019 or so. Yeah, 2019. He left like 2 years after that, which was 2021. So this whole
Wow.
entire story started from, let's say, 6, 7 years ago. Just
Wow.
yeah.
Take a look at the growth. Hey, so in the next couple of years now, I don't know. It's not like, so there's be one guy in statistics there in Twitter that guy, you remember that guy? Oh my god.
Amen.
Ah, I remember
Oh
the
my
Abefe.
god, that's
Amen. Now let me add to that. Let me add to that story. One thing you should not do is limit your let me say give up. Let me use that word. So a lot of people quite give up when it's not up to the time to give up yet, right?
Mhm.
So like for me, I think I found myself in a stage where I feel like I should give up. I found myself in a space like, am I not doing enough? What do I need to do? Is it I'm not doing perfectly? Is it I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do? A lot of people that I know that are fast with me are also doing very, very well. You understand all those kind of scenario. But one thing that
Mhm.
keep me going is I just don't want to give up. I always strive for the best. I just want to I have my aim and I have my dream. And then I always follow that dream. So that's one thing you need to have something that is driving you. Because if you don't have something that is driving you, it's kind of be very difficult for you to find your path because you keep saying, I don't even know where I'm going. I don't even know my path. But pick one thing and always find a niche. Uh, uh, um, um, uh, just find a niche that this is what I want to do and keep following that. Because if you don't, you just find yourself that the people that a lot of people there are so many people that are coming behind us now that they will just overtake us and they'll be doing very, very well. And you yourself will be surprised that and you'll not be feeling like, is it that I'm not doing enough? No, it's just that it's not your time. But you need to also make sure that you keep the passion going. Just keep
Yeah.
doing what you are doing. Keep doing the best. Keep whatever you think you know how to do. Keep doing it. That's for me. I just keep doing what I know that I used to do. I just keep doing it. Even though while I'm in deep brand consulting, and I'm not in Microsoft at the time. I know I'm still in Libra Consulting. I still keep doing what I know best because I know what the future holds for me. It's not just about what I'm currently doing. And I keep
Mm.
holding the passion. Even though while I was in Libra Consulting, I make money. You know, when you make silent money, Maybe I should not talk about that one. Maybe we should cut
Please,
that one
sir,
out from
please
the
do, sir.
video. Maybe you should cut that one out. Now, what I mean by silent money is, as a consultant, there are so many edge that you have. Maybe I should not talk about that. We'll talk about that in another different camera.
Another session,
Talk
Abi.
about You talk about it in another camera. Call that one out. Now, the most important aspect of my point is that make sure that you have something that is driving you, and don't give up,
Mm,
because it will get to some point where you started feeling that you are not doing enough. You start feeling maybe you're not doing enough. Maybe some other guys are doing very, very better than you, but don't just give up. That's just it.
mm.
That's the major advice. Don't give up.
Yeah,
Hmm.
thank you very much for that, sir. All right. So, your current job. Hmm?
Ha!
Now,
I was supposed to ask that. I know Abafe will definitely ask the question.
ah,
I
about
was
this. See, I've been shadowing him. I've been shadowing my boss since. I've been. So, your current job. How did you get it? What? Okay, yes. Let's start from there. Your current job, your
Mhm.
post. Okay, like your probably, and then how did you get it?
Okay, just let me say a tricky one, a tricky question, but I'm going to answer it right. So my current role, I started applying for this role 2 years ago. I think since 2020, probably end of 2021 to 2022. Let's just say beginning of 2022. Let me say January last year. I started 2021, but let me cut it short to January last year. So I started applying to work in Avanade since January 2022. I was applying, they were denying me. I was applying, they were denying me. I was applying, they were denying me. So I was applying around the kind of things I know I'm very, very good at. And when I'm talking about what I'm good at, data analytics, Power BI, SQL, I'm also very good at Power Platform too. I can build and deploy an app from scratch to finish, enterprise app. I'm also very good with that too. So I was applying around that cycle, right? But I think what I eventually find out is that they don't usually have budgets to bring people in from other countries like that. So I keep applying, applying, applying. They keep rejecting me. Now there's this particular role I wanted to apply for, senior BI consultant. I saw that particular role. In fact, a friend of mine here, his name is Ahmed Abdulaziz. So he's the leader of the Dynamic 365 user group in Nigeria. He's also working there in Avanade. So he saw the role as well and was just contact me. Wale, you've been applying. Don't you see this particular one? You should apply. So I applied for that one too. 2 weeks later, they rejected me. I was like, what is going on? Is it that I'm not good enough? Is it that I was just like, okay, I'm also an MVP. So 2 weeks later, I applied again. And then they also rejected me. I was like, what's going on? So this role is actually in the UK and also in Ireland. So they have two roles available, one in the UK, and then they need one senior BI consultant in the UK, and also one senior BI consultant in Ireland. So I applied, they rejected. So I keep applying again. I keep applying, they rejected. I keep applying, they rejected. Now the funny thing, how God did it. In December, I applied again, right? But when I now applied again, they rejected me in December 24th. December 24th of last year, 2022. So when they rejected me, I was like, these people did not know anything. I opened another email. I opened another email. I apply again on December 27th. Right? December 27th. Is it 27 or 28? I shall know. It's either 27 or 28. So I applied again to December 27. I think I should do a video probably on this journey for the people that I should do another video on this one. So I applied
Yeah.
again December 27. So on December 27, I just applied and then I started praying about it. Now, another thing I'm going to advise you on, praying is also essentials, because there are sometimes it's not about what you can do. Sometimes it's just by God. It's just God, right? It's just you just have
Mm,
to pray. So I also pray about it. I think my first prayer point, January 2022. no, December 2022 stroke January 2023. My prayer point then was, God, let these people get back to me. Even if it's just one interview, let them come in for interview so that I can at least prove to them that I can do it. Right? So January we finished, and I usually traveled for New Year festive period. I usually traveled to Ibadan because my mom is in Ibadan. So I was in Ibadan. I came back to Lagos on January 4th. So on January 4th, I slept in Lagos that day. I woke up early in the morning on January 5th at exactly 7:39 a.m. I saw an
Hmm.
email. I saw an email from an HR that said,
Exactly.
I remember everything. And it's because it's what I've been dreaming for. Now, I saw this exact email that says, Hi, Adewale, how are you doing today? We've been applying for a couple of roles within our Europe and then Canada and blah, 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 blah. Will you be available for a chat?
Hey.
Immediately I saw the email. I just stand up, like, when you stand up quickly from the bed. I'm sure this video will probably be more than 1 hour. I, I just stood up from the bed and I was like, are you available, K? I just replied the email. I am available, like, now, 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 anytime, now, I'm available. And shout out to my HR, OMHL, is a very, very great person and very good guy. I always reference him anywhere I have to speak about him. Now, he reached out to me and he said, Hi, Adewale, sorry you won't be able to meet today. Can we meet sometime next week? I was like, next week again? I was like, what is going on? So then we set a time for next week. Now, one thing is for you to have a platform. Another thing is for you to have another advantage of taking advantage of that platform. Some people don't
Hmm.
have a platform, but when you have a platform, you need to know how to take advantage of it too. Because why I mentioned this is, immediately I entered the talk, it was not really an interview, right? It was just talk. You just want to talk to know why I'm just applying every time, right? And we just entered the call. I won't call it interview because it's like informal interview. And I was like, Adewale, how are you? I said, I'm great, I'm fine. How are you doing? I'm great. I noticed you've been applying a lot in a couple of our roles in this, that. Why do you want to work with us? That's the only question they asked me. And I responded for 31 minutes. The only question, I spoke for 31 minutes. I remember exactly. I spoke for 31 minutes. He was just listening to me, right? And then one thing I also did is I made a lot of research about the company even before. I've already made a lot of research about the company. I've made different research. I have a couple of people that are working here. You people know Foyi Olajide too. She's working in Avanade. So I have a couple of people that are working here. So I've made a lot of research. So when I entered the interview, okay, the talk, the chat. So I was just like, okay, I know Avanade is the top in this. I know Avanade won this award this time. I know Avanade did this. I know Avanade did that. I know they have the total number of MVP. I know their existence in these different countries. I was telling the guy about his company, and I was like, this guy is telling me about. You are not even here yet. You are telling me about company. And after I listed all the things I know about Avanade, and then I said, okay, so for me, I'm also a Microsoft Most Valued Professional in Data Platform. I've been in consulting phase for over 6 years. I've done this. I've deployed more than 15 solutions. I've trained more than 10,000 people. I've done this. I started listing my own entire portfolio as well. Now, after I list everything about me and I connect the two together to say, with all these qualifications and then all these things I've done and all these great things that I think Avanade has done, I think Avanade is the best place for me to actually grow my
Hmm.
career more and to learn more about this digital space. Before I finished, the HR was marveled. He said, Adewale, I think I need to get you an interview. That's what he said. We'll speak later again soon. Thank you. And we ended the interview. And that was the only question he asked me in the interview. And that's the first phase of my interview. Do you want me to continue? Because if I want to speak about this
Continue.
one, it's going to be very, very long.
Okay, I think we should do this. Maybe we should bring you some other time. It will be about your job, like how you
Yeah.
got it. It will just be solely on that. Because the story. Look at how the both of us just were looking like, hey God,
I'm
my
telling
mind
you, like,
was here. Like I didn't miss anything you said. One, My year was oh my
You were
goodness.
listening.
This is such a beautiful I will
Amazing.
definitely bring you
Mhm,
back. Definitely. We will
mhm,
definitely and that reminds me. So like maybe that stuff we talk about in the morning, we can still work a series around this also. And then brings,
mhm.
but then we'll still bring you on definitely just for your job, like this job, how you got it, and how you can advise Nigerians to place themselves in a way that they can actually be ready to
Yeah.
tap into opportunities like this. Okay, so what? So how do you think an average Nigerian, not average Nigerian, somebody that is skilled, can
Mm.
also position themselves in a way to get opportunities like this?
Okay. So one thing I always advise people is number one is actually be good. That's the number one thing. Just be good. You don't need to be like 100, right? Because you don't need to be 100, but just at least be 60%. Remaining 40%, you can keep learning. So just be good to some certain extent so that you are not lying when you're actually telling people that you can do this when you know you
Mhm.
cannot not actually do it, right? That's number one. Now, number two is your online presence, especially LinkedIn, most especially LinkedIn. Always keep your LinkedIn intact and keep it professional. You understand what I mean by professional? So people can
Mm.
post something else about probably their personal life. Like for me now, I do TikTok. So most if you want to see most funniest things about me, go and check my TikTok. You won't see it on Twitter, you won't see it on LinkedIn. But if you want to see me doing crazy things, you'll see it on TikTok. Right? So now keep your LinkedIn professional and keep it very structured. That's another thing. Another thing you should also do is structure your CV very nice, right? Sometimes you need to tell your own story, speak first about you. You know, you've done a lot of great stuff, but you need to document. These are the things that I've done. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that. Structure your CV very well and always have your CV updated because you don't know when the opportunity is coming, right? I can just reach out to you tomorrow now to say, Maureen, somebody here needs somebody that is very good in Tableau. And I know you've been doing Tableau for a couple of while. Are you available for an interview? And that's it, right? Now, keep your CV updated at all time. Keep your LinkedIn structured and always talk to the people in the community, mingle with the people in the community, do a lot of great stuff in the community because that also push you out. So that when people are making research about you, now look at Mori now. I didn't know she was making research about me, right? Just assume that she's an employer now and she wants to employ me. That's typically the exact thing that she's going to do. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure, you are
exactly.
So
correct.
if she's
Definitely.
if she's an HR person, that's exactly what she's going to do. If you want to employ somebody, the first thing you do about the person is go and make research about them. And how do you do the research? The first thing you probably do is go to their LinkedIn, right? Or maybe you type their name on Google, right? So after you do that, then you now make a lot of research about them. Then you've been seeing great things that they've been doing. You've seen Abefe post about this today, post about that today, engage in this speaking engagement today, engage this. So that gives you like an impression that, oh, for this guy to be speaking in this, talking to this person, posting about this, then it's good, right? So
Yeah.
that kind of puts you on the radar first. Now, when you now have an opportunity, which most people don't have, an opportunity for an interview, my brother, prepare very well and make sure you kill it. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. Maureen, do you want to say something? Because I have some questions.
Oh, yeah, of course. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
I don't want to make you feel like I said I'm my own plenty because me, I see my book, you don't plenty.
You,
You don't fool.
Mr. Adewale, you are the only actually brought book for since the inception of this podcast. Abafa has
Oh
never
wow.
brought book for anybody.
I know they
And
carry
not
book up
Abafa with pen
lie
and paper
lie.
before. So that means
Nobody.
you have a lot of things. So continue.
So now I don't know, but a couple of our speakers, they've kind of like ventured into freelancing. So is this something you've done before? Like
Yes,
freelancing
sir.
at like one or two things. Or you freelance too.
I freelance very well, but my own freelance is not the type of Viber, Upwork, and the like
Oh, okay.
uh, freelance. But I do some. I want to talk about the money stuff. I do some aspect of freelance that I do a lot, and this kind of freelance, will I say, is the quality one, right? Because I know that I've done a lot of consulting job while I was in Nigeria. So I told you my first car, I got it from just a 3 days gig. I got a car for my mom just for 2 days gig. I just bought her a
Mm,
car. Is this freelance that I'm talking about is I don't know. Maybe I don't talk about that one. But I had the perfect freelance. I was actually earning in dollars and euro before I left Nigeria. So I
mhm.
have people here in different countries that I kind of connect with. When they have a project, they push to me. I do the project. They collect the glory, and I earn my money. Everybody is happy at the end of
Yeah,
the day.
yeah.
So that's how it is.
You get your money, they get their glory. It's a win-win for
Everybody's happy.
everybody.
Everybody's
Yeah,
happy.
everybody's really happy. Wow, that's good.
Mhm.
So run me through your YouTube, sir. Your YouTube. So what do you do there?
Okay. Analytic Extra came into existence like 4 years ago. So I just feel I've been doing a lot of great stuff that I need to put online. And then I've saw a lot of problem in DAX, especially DAX, that I think people need to kind of know about. So the first video I posted is how to I can't remember the video. I posted that video. I don't know why I posted the video. How to return value based on the recent date or something. That video in 1 week has like 20,000 view. I was like,
Oh,
one video has 20,000 view. Wow. That means this video is great. And that was the inspiration. That was the inspiration. Immediately I saw that 20,000 view, I was like, oh, maybe I need to do more of YouTube videos. So then I started recording a YouTube video. I started with dynamic dashboard series in Power BI. I was recording how to create a dynamic dashboard. How you can create a dynamic a dashboard that is very very dynamic, and I think that has a lot of viewers, people that views as well. And then I started
wow.
doing more video. But even though work did not allow me to do more, but at least once in
Yeah.
a while, I still kind of try as much as possible to push. Because while I was in Nigeria, I'm a machine. I work 8 to 5. When I finished the brand job, I started another work at 6 to 5, or probably I say 6 to 4, or maybe 6 to 3. So I nearly have time for social media, or probably have time to do uh YouTube thing. But I was not really sad because I make my money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I totally agree with as somebody that is also a content creator and into the data space and also teaching. It can
Hmm.
take time. Making videos
Yeah.
take time,
Yes.
especially editing videos. If you want
Editing. Yeah.
edit
Thank
video,
you.
it is like sweet to shoot. Just
Now
be
let me tell
talking.
you one funny thing. In my diary, I have 155 content that I've listed down that I want to record. I have not seen that video anywhere on YouTube, right? And
Okay.
is a problem that I've solved based on my experience. Because for me, when I'm working on
Mhm.
any project and I find an experience, I've searched Google, I've searched YouTube, I didn't see it. I always want to document that to say, okay, so let me record a video on this. That means it's a major problem. Because for me to spend 3 days, 4 days trying to solve problem, then that means the project is a major problem. So I've documented 150 something content
Wow.
that I want to record. But the major problem is the time
The
to set
time.
the camera or probably the system to sit down. Because when you want to record technical content, the reason why it's hard is this. If I'm recording just to talk like this, talking is easy because I can easily jump and talk based on experience,
Mhm.
right? But when you are recording a technical content, the first thing you will do, you first of all look for the material.
Yeah.
You first of all design the thing that you want to record. You first of all do it first yourself to make sure that you didn't do any mistake, right? You design the material and everything. That one alone takes time. Now, when you now finish that, you now sit down again and start recording. You now do mistake, you pause, you go back to recording. So it's a lot of work.
It's
And YouTube in Nigeria, they don't usually pay Nigerians like that. So
yeah, it's not really
you
that
are doing
high.
it for the community, not money or whatever you want to get from there. So that's why.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with you on that one. But that leads me to my next question. Look, I have two, but I'll just. So, what do you think is the impact of content creation in the Nigerian data space? Do you think we need more people to make content,
Mhm.
more African Nigerian database content? Because obviously we really don't have much of them in Nigeria. Like, what do you think?
When we started learning, so when I started learning, I think the only person that is doing YouTube content then, that is doing YouTube content that I know from Probably I don't know, but from Nigeria, the ones I know related to data space. Who is the person itself? Adewale has not started, so I can't mention him. Even David Brown was not doing a lot of content then. Who is this person that I know? There was one person. There's a Nigerian. I can't remember the person name, right? Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because the video that we watched then was mostly Indians. So if you go to YouTube now, you want to learn anything, I'm sure you search for one problem you're looking for. The funny thing is one India guy that you will see. And you'll be struggling to understand the guy English. You'll be struggling a lot to understand the guy English. Now, and that is because there's not a lot of Africans that are into content creations, right? Most of the people that do content creations in Africa, they do more of fun things, comedy, and that's
Mm.
because probably that's where the money is. All these shank, all these people. Uh, what's the name of the daddy? What's his name? I can't remember his
Macaroni.
name. Macaroni. I,
Macaroni.
I know he finished his NYSC like 2 years or yeah, like 2 years or a year ago too. So he's into all those kind of content creation and because that's where the money is. And probably that's where most people are not doing content. And I can tell you that we have a lot of great guys in Nigeria. We have absolutely brilliant people. We are very, very intelligent. I can mention up to 15 or 20 people data person that I know in Nigeria that are super good, but they are not on social media.
Hmm.
That when I tell you that these guys are very, very the ones you see on social media are not the ones that are good. The ones that are very good, you will not see them come out because they are super busy. So you but we also need to try no matter how busy you are, we need to try even if it's one or two or three videos once there. I know I'm guilty too because I always want to do something but because I know nobody could pay me, it's just for community service. Let me focus on something that will give me money, but we need to start doing that too because people need to start seeing our impact because no matter where you go to now people start saying Indians are very good and that's because people see what they do online.
Yeah.
But when you really compare an India guy with a Nigerian guy, I've argued to a lot of people that Nigerians are very good. You cannot tell me. You can I can argue it from now. The only once they learn small thing, they record it on YouTube. And that's why we think they are very, very good. But when it comes to being very intelligent, Nigerians are
Nigerians
super,
are.
super intelligent. We need to now start dishing out the content to help other people that need it for growth. Because there are so many people in Nigeria that need to watch video, they can't pay for a course. Like for me now, I told you when I was in school, I cater for myself. Do you think I will go and pay for a course of 200,000? I don't have the money then. The only thing I have is to go to YouTube and see any free content that I can actually jump on and do it. So
Yeah.
we need to kind of do more of content. I would always tell this thing to my team in D Brown that you guys need to start recording content. There's a guy I know. His name is Tunde Murakinyo. The guy is super good. He don't have one single video online. He does not come to Twitter to post. He posts once, but maybe once in a year. And when we are talking about people that are very good, that guy is super good. Fatai Soni is extremely good. You will not see one of his video. He doesn't even have any video
Yeah, it doesn't have
online.
video.
He
It
doesn't
doesn't
have
have.
any. There's this guy that is into Tableau now. His name is David. David something. He's working with Paystack. Is it Paystack? Yeah, Paystack. I've worked with him on a lot of projects. This guy is brilliant, but you don't see one of his video online. And these are the things I keep telling people. You are
Exactly.
very good. If me, I did not meet David Abu now that tell me, Wale, you are doing something amazing. Put it online. Let people know what you are doing, right? So we need to actually do that. You are helping people, you are as well helping yourself. Because what it give you more of what will I say? Community presence, or let me say social media presence, right? It give you that. Then the people that are learning from you too, it give you that. Probably because me, I don't do much of social media on YouTube. You may probably not know me. You may know David Abu or Oyiboke before you know me. And that's
Yeah.
because I don't come online. So they do more of social media stuff. You practically know them.
Mhm.
There's a lot of interesting people in Nigeria like that you don't know. And that's because they don't come online. And you now see one guy one day that posts something, we'll be like, so this guy has been in Nigeria and is as good as this. The guy is there, but he didn't come on social media and he didn't do any content.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I'll ask my last question, then Sumari can take it up with the top three questions. So, LinkedIn MVP, how does it feel to be the top voice right there? Like like what was your reaction when you got the badge, and how does it feel?
That was a funny one because I was actually not expecting it. I just
Oh,
opened my profile and I saw top voice in B. I was like, "Ow, how did I do it? What criteria? What's the criteria? How did they pick me? Because I don't know." I just opened the LinkedIn and I saw top voice in BI, and I think probably what they track is most of the things that I post. Because if you see my posts on LinkedIn, majority of my posts are about BI or probably let's say professional. I don't post about my probably my personal life or my clinical. I don't post it on LinkedIn. Where you will see my personal life, if you're on my WhatsApp. When I went to the US last year, I went for my holiday in the US. I bombard my WhatsApp with plenty with plenty picture of my holidays, me in the swimming pool, me here, me that. I was taking practically of pictures, but you don't see one of those pictures in Twitter or LinkedIn. You will not. LinkedIn and Twitter stays professional, right? And sometimes LinkedIn usually reach out to you to say, okay, there's this article, you need to actually put a
Yeah,
comment on
yeah,
it.
I do got them
Uh,
sometimes. Yeah.
yeah. So when you got that article, sometimes I got those article, I go there, I put my comments on it and all that. Probably that's why they just give you the top voices.
mm.
I don't know
Oh,
the criteria. I just see it.
it's a good one. At least it to add something. You can use that one to also cash out 1 or 2 years time.
Yeah, because when I got here, let me tell you another funny gist, right? In my team, they were already saying a lot about me before I joined. There's a guy called me, he's an MVP, he's a top voice, he's this, he's that. I was even after they mentioned all those things, even me, I was not shy that all these things you people are saying is too much for only me. As in, so all those things, some people see it, and that's what I'm trying to say. So some of them have gone to my LinkedIn, they've document, and my brother, let me tell you, here they don't do social media the way we used to do. They don't do LinkedIn the way we used to do. Like my manager, if you go on LinkedIn, you will not see him there. Maybe he was there like a year ago. Maybe it's been 1 year now that he has gone to LinkedIn because nobody has that time, right?
Time. Yeah.
When they say 8 to 5 here, it's 8 to 5. Unlike Nigeria, where we say, okay, during 8 to 5, I can still use some of the time to go to Twitter to twist small. I can go to LinkedIn to twist small. If your manager cash you within the 8 to 5, 8 to 5 is for the clients. Within that period, you must always do it. Make sure you work productively within the probably in the 9 to 5. It's 9 to 5 here in Ireland. So between the 9 to 5, you must always do it for client work. Any other time aside from that, 6 o'clock is for you, right? So most people keep most of their time professional rather than going to LinkedIn. But I will advise it's better because when people are making research about you, that's the first place they will go to.
They go
Or do you
to.
think they will go to Facebook? I'm on Facebook too, but maybe it's been 2 years I've gone there now.
Ah, bro, this
Amazing,
is such this is such a small
amazing
take it from
conversation.
there. As in,
Amazing conversation. That's all I
let,
can say. I don't think I even have my three questions anymore because Abafa, you cleared all the questions and he
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
answered all the questions like on point.
no, you can
Well,
still ask him. Let him just help us, like say 1 or 2 things. I think you should still
Mm-hmm.
ask him.
yeah, definitely. So I think I'm going to pick from you've absolutely answered everything I wanted to ask you anyways.
Okay,
Honestly, Abafa.
okay,
There's nothing coming to my head right now to ask him.
okay.
Honestly,
So,
there's nothing coming.
So maybe I'll be
But
the one to ask you guys questions, but that will
ah,
be
yes,
yeah,
off the
ask us.
camera, not part of the recording.
Okay, probably after that. Okay, so sir, your advice to the beginners in simple terms,
Mhm.
people that want to start, what's your advice to them? Like they want to get
Okay.
into data analytics or data
Mhm.
engineering or data, like what's your advice to them?
Now I have one. I don't know. Maybe I'm because I'm between. I always talk too much, so sorry because I talk a lot. So
Yeah.
one of the things that motivates me to start analytic corpus was because of these things that you said, right? Because when I started my own joining, I feel that if I don't have the opportunity to join Deep Brand Consulting and start learning data analytics, probably I won't be where I am today. Probably I may still be in bank, maybe doing customer service now, collecting 200,000 or 220 or 250,000, right? So people need a lot of people need this opportunity, right? Some people they need somebody, they need a mentor, they need somebody to hold their hand, right? But I know a lot of people that started learning data analytics and they give up, and that's because they are not getting job. Then I've learned this thing for 1 year, I did not see any job. So why do you think I should continue to learn it? So let me do something else, right? So the advice I'm going to give for beginners is this, right? Tech is sweet. Tech is very sweet when you get to the stage of being sweet. But before it will be sweet, it will be bitter. So those times when it is bitter, don't give up, right? Another thing you should also do is be a lifelong learner and pick one person in the community and shadow the person. Okay, so I know this guy is doing very good. Let me follow his this thing and let me start doing this. So learn a lot, learn. You don't need to be like 100%. You just need like 20 or 30% to get your first platform. And when I say first platform, is probably you have an internship opportunity. During the internship opportunity, then you can show yourself. You can start learning more during the internship opportunity. But before that internship opportunity, try and learn a lot. Just keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. Don't stop. By the time you get the reward of that learning, it will be very, very hard. I'm sure this dream that I said it come true for me now. I started having this dream probably 7 or 8 years ago. So you can see how long it took me, right? So what you should do is consistent learning. Let me summarize that. Consistent learning, have a passion for what you are doing, shadow somebody in the community, put yourself out there, and don't be shy to ask for help.
Don't be shy to ask for help. Thank you very much. Thank
Mm.
you very much for that. I really
This one hit
appreciate
hard.
it.
Don't be
Yeah.
shy.
When next are you coming to Nigeria, sir?
Wait, see about that because I'm about to ask for help now because I'm not
Nigeria,
sure.
You don't
Nigeria,
want
I'm
to come to
trying to
Nigeria again,
come.
have you?
No, I'm coming actually because I have a lot of great people there that cannot dictate. But I'm coming in 2 years because I already have my plan for next year. So next year I want to go to the US for MVP Summit and Microsoft Build. I also go to the UK to meet a couple of my friends, and I also want to go to Belgium next year. So I plan to go to those 3 countries next year just to have some probably some realization. Then the coming year, Ghana and Nigeria.
All right. When you show up, you meet us. Yes, Maureen, you can ask a question. Sorry for cutting you short. Or your help,
No,
rather. Anyone.
it's okay. No, the help will be off camera because definitely I'm going to
Okay.
ask for the help. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Adewale, for coming within a short notice. When Abafe told me that you were going to show up, I actually doubted, given to the level you are and how busy you
Mhm.
are also in your new role. So I wasn't really expecting that you'll be there. You come here until I saw you during the demo session. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for telling your story the way you told it. Thank you for the
Mhm.
advice, and I believe our audience who listened up until this very end must have got one or two to add in their own journey. So thank you so much.
We are so happy to have you. And I'm very sure that we'll still have you again and again and again because I'm sure you have a lot to like help us with and just dish out to the data space in Nigeria. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something new from this video, please don't hesitate to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to this YouTube channel of ours and turn on your post notifications. If you have some questions for Mr. Adewale
Yes.
himself, we're going to be linking his Twitter page and his LinkedIn page too, so you can just say hi to him and just talk to him 1 or 2 days. If he has the time, and I feel he will create the time, he can just respond to your tweet and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Thank you once again for coming. We really appreciate you, sir. And from my end,
Can we
it's
remove the
a
sir?
nice. Sir, you are a sir. There's nothing you can tell. You are a sir. You are a boss. You are everything. So just take it that way. Just take it that way,
Yeah,
sir. So
exactly.
from my own end, it's a very beautiful session and a big one from you guys, a big one from everyone here. Maureen,
Exactly. Yes, guys. You know how we do it. Make sure you drop your feedback. Make sure you drop your comments and your questions too, if you have anyone. And like I said in the beginning of the session, we will be coming in full time 2024. So expect some changes, expect some new things, and from real time with TNM and Mr. Adewale. You guys should have an amazing holidays and happy New
Bye.
Year.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you for having me.
Woo!